What's going on, Jerome's? Even though your Minnesota Vikings have gotten off the mat and have dreams about the playoffs, winning the division, F the Lions right in the face, draft day continues to roll along because, hey, it's almost like every single week there's like new input in terms of who's going to go where in the draft. It's kind of crazy, man. But Kwesi adofo-mensah, yes, Kwesi is going to be back as third bite at the apple in terms of the selection process, as well as the Vikings with Danielle Hunter. I'm firmly on team pay Danielle, but with Danielle and Davenport and Wanham all free agents, the Vikings may have a changing of the guard at the edge and could be a major need heading into free agency and especially the draft. And ESPN, our guy Jordan Reid over there put out a mock draft 2024 NFL mock first round pick predictions, and no spoiler alerts, only two quarterbacks went, Williams and May, but that's understandable at this stage of the draft because the quarterback tax is real, and also draft season has yet to happen, and these guys will rise up from the Senior Bowl, the Combine, and Pro Days. I think eventually you'll see 4, 5, 6 quarterbacks in the first round. This is going to be a damn good class, but the Vikings go a different route. Now, also, the Vikings are projected with ESPN's numbers to end up 20th, which is in the playoff places. Oh, I don't want to be one of them. The Vikings going to make a run, get done. Whatever, man. But the Vikings go with Laiatu Latu, or the edge rusher from UCLA, who I like a lot. I like a lot, man. Medical issues, hopefully they'll get checked out, but we'll see. Here's what they said about Laiatu Latu. Vikings haven't drafted an edge rusher in the first round since 2005 when they selected Erasmus James, stupid Badger, at 18. And outside of Danielle Hunter, who is in the final year of his deal, might even be traded before the October 31st deadline. Probably not. Minnesota can't generate any type of pass rush presence off the edge, yes, aside from Danielle, which is kind of weird. Anyways, one consistent draft strategy theme we've seen from GM Kwesi adofo-mensah is picking explosive players on defense, and that's Latu. His 22.3% pressure percentage is the second best mark in FBS. I'm extremely high on Latu, as he's the number 13 player on my board, but medicals would be a major part of his pre-draft evaluation since he medically retired from football after neck injuries at Washington before getting clearance to return in 2022. Team needs for the Vikings: edge, D-tackle, quarterback. It's actually a pretty good list. That's pretty much it. And even if Kirk returns, I think quarterback is still a position of need for the Vikings. But I think that there's going to be a couple of guys on day 2 that you certainly would be fine with building around as a quarterback in the future. But with Latu, I mean, there's a lot to like about his game. Also, Latu pictured with future Vikings second-round pick Cam Ward, the pride of Washington State. Let's go. Let's go, man. But Latu is 22 years young. He does turn 23 in December, so he's going to be an older prospect coming in, but we'll get into that. 6'4", 265, senior, a former 4-star from Carmichael, California. Initially was at Washington and was pretty solid in 2019 as a true freshman, but like Jordan mentioned, neck injury kept him out for 2 years. He actually medically retired, but then he was cleared, came to UCLA, and Chip Kelly's been putting him to work, man. Like first team All Pac-12 in 2022. You love to see that. A 93.9 PFF grade this season, 32 pressures, 6.5 sacks. And what's great about him is stand-up outside linebacker, primarily playing in the 3-4, but also he can put his hand in the dirt and get after it. He rushes both sides, absolutely lightning quick first step. Great use of hands as well. And also, he rushes with the plan. And in college football, a lot of guys, well, some guys get by on just pure physicality, and they got 1, maybe 2 moves, a little bit of power, a little bit of speed. That's about it. But you can tell that he is refined. And part of it is him being an older prospect, but also him missing 2 years. Like maybe he was still involved in the game. Maybe he got really into technique. Maybe he had an eye on coaching, and it really does show because when you watch UCLA games, even though I'm a quasi USC fan, I'm worried about what Latu's going to do to Caleb Williams this year. But if you watch UCLA games, like 15 stands out. Like 15 pops. Like 15 is a guy that's going to be playing on Sunday. He's also very solid setting the edge against the run. And if the Vikings do move on from Danielle, they're probably going to move on from Davenport, maybe even Wanham as well. I think Latu as a first-round pick would be fantastic. And also, if he finishes out the season strong and piggybacks on his great 2022 season and all of his medicals check out, I could see him going even higher than 20. That's how impressive this kid is. But overall, I mean, the Vikings, obviously QB. Also, I wouldn't be mad if they went defensive tackle in this spot, like Michigan's Chris Jenkins. would love that. I would love that, man. But the Vikings probably going to be picking towards the back end of the first round at 32. Again, Latu, I ain't mad at it, man. Absolutely not mad at it. But your thoughts are thoughts. Minnesota Fighting Vikings go edge rusher in ESPN's latest mock draft. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts and their thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.